wake of President Biden's meeting with China's president, we turn now to a story about the big increase in Chinese migrants coming through the U.S. border down in Mexico. Border Patrol agents arrested more than 24,000 Chinese people for crossing the U.S. southern border illegally over the past year through September. That's more than 10 times higher than the previous year, and part of the overall rise in illegal border crossings that has made headlines.
So you're not familiar with this incident that was widely reported on at the southern border? Don't you think it's strange that we have busloads of Chinese nationals coming across our southern border? I'm asking you, from a hostile country, I'm asking you if they're members of the Chinese Communist Party, and you don't know, apparently, you won't say.
We are very focused on all things with respect to the People's Republic of
But
China.
you don't know any of the details. I plead exhaustion, Mr. Secretary. You have exhausted me, you have exhausted this panel, you have exhausted the patience of the American people. You should resign.
A group of migrants struggle through the rain and mud of the Panamanian jungle toward the U.S. border. Wei Wei Wang is one of them. I'm surviving on chocolate bars, he says, and running out of drinking water. He videoed the whole grueling trek, undertaken by people from all over the world, including recently a record number from China. Since January, border officials have processed more than 10 times as many Chinese migrants as last year.
Hey, Nicole, I'm in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, and in this sector alone, Border Patrol right now is apprehending Chinese nationals at record numbers. Now, compared to last year, they're already seeing a 900% spike in Chinese national apprehensions. The reason why that's so significant is because Chinese nationals are a valuable commodity to the cartels. They're willing to pay up to $35,000 to be smuggled into the U.S., and it's creating a unique challenge for U.S. Border Patrol.
I think what we're seeing now are people who are more middle class, who just feel that the opportunities are diminishing and that the political situation has just become a lot riskier. And so they are finding any method, by hook or by crook, to get out of China.
We wondered how all of these migrants knew about this particular entryway into California. The answer was in their hands.
Douyin. Oh, Douyin. Okay, TikTok.
Oh, you learned on TikTok. Yeah. TikTok is a social media platform created in China. The post we found had step-by-step instructions for hiring smugglers and detailed directions to that hole we visited.
Welcome to Citizenship Central. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated whenever we post fresh U.S. immigration content. Now, let's dive right back into our topic. In recent times, the United States has grappled with a significant challenge at its southern border, an unprecedented surge in migrant arrivals. According to recent figures from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, a staggering 2.5 million migrants were detained while attempting to enter the U.S. from the Mexico border last year. Among them, Chinese migrants constituted the largest subgroup, numbering around 37,000 individuals. Reports from various sources, including CBS, shed light on the diverse routes taken by these migrants. Some Chinese nationals embarked on daunting journeys through Central America, while others opted for flights to Mexico. Notably, some even traveled from China to Ecuador, leveraging its visa-free entry to Mexico. U.S. Customs and Border Protection's recent report highlighted a remarkable increase in the number of Chinese citizens apprehended while crossing illegally from Mexico into the U.S., a 50-fold surge compared to just 2 years prior. How are these migrants navigating their way to the U.S.? Quito, a city in Ecuador, has emerged as a crucial transit point for many Chinese migrants. Between 2022 and 2023, Ecuador witnessed a significant spike in Chinese nationals entering the country, soaring from 13,000 to over 45,000. Additionally, some migrants undertake what's known as the Zocian, or the walking route to America, a perilous journey often facilitated by online tutorials providing guidance on preparation, navigation, and interaction with immigration authorities. Social media platforms, particularly TikTok, have played a pivotal role in disseminating information among Chinese passport holders, detailing visa-free travel options, border crossings, and the services of smugglers, commonly referred to as snakeheads. These snakeheads, responsible for facilitating migrants' journeys, operate within an industry estimated to be worth $3.5 billion annually. The journey isn't without its dangers. Migrants often trek through the hazardous Darien Gap, a perilous path between Colombia and Panama, frequently used as a route to the U.S. Costs associated with these journeys typically range from $5,000 for basic routes to over $20,000 for more elaborate travel plans, as documented in various reports. What's driving this uptick in migration? Factors include economic hardships exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, political disillusionment under the leadership of Xi Jinping, and historical contexts. Despite the lifting of immigration bans, Chinese migrants have faced enduring restrictions until recent years, influencing their choice of routes. Most of these migrants hail from middle or lower socioeconomic backgrounds, seeking opportunities to improve their lives. With COVID restrictions easing, even blue-collar workers in rural areas are feeling the impact. Recent data from the United Nations highlights a significant rise in Chinese asylum seekers globally, with many opting for the U.S. southern border as a preferred route. This trend marks a shift from previous practices where asylum seekers would apply at U.S. embassies for tourist visas, potentially avoiding detention at the border. In conclusion, Chinese nationals constitute a significant portion of successful asylum seekers in the U.S., with data from the Department of Homeland Security indicating a notable increase in approvals in recent years.